Hi, I'm Patrick McCauley, founder of the Peacebridge Disc Golf Foundation, and this is an official call to action to every leader in our sport for the United Nations Sustainable Development Disc Golf Program. To the people and organizations who I look up to in the industry, who hold the collective power to make disc golf a truly global sport and a symbol of peace, equality, and sustainability, today I'm asking you for your support, your interest, and your questions to help me design and propose this immense undertaking to welcome our sport to the rest of the world in a bold, responsible light. So, why Peacebridge and why the United Nations? In 1998, 500 children from over 100 countries gathered at the United Nations General Assembly for 3 straight days with UN leaders to renew and amend the International Declaration of Human Rights on its 50th anniversary. As a 10-year-old, I was the youngest age group in attendance. We added sections like the right to have access to clean air and water, to be free from persecution because of where you live, and to have the right to a safe and private dwelling. We even were ahead of the curve in the Kyoto Protocol, labeling intensive environmental degradation as a violation of our human rights. We made a pledge to leave the world a better place than which we found it. 24 years later, I find myself immensely in love with disc golf and, more importantly, the community around it. And through many endeavors in my life, I've always tried to make a positive contribution when I'm involved in a community. So now it's time to leverage all my unique connections and skills and put them to use for this important undertaking, the Peacebridge Project. What the Peacebridge Disc Golf Foundation wants to do is to enter the movement that needs industry support and backing from all of you into the United Nations Developmental Goals Act to improve the lives of people in areas without disc golf via accessible recreation amenities and programs, as well as smarter development solutions to make building courses environmentally conscious and easy to propagate around the world, especially in countries that need cheap amenities and can leverage existing materials around them to recycle their surroundings into disc golf communities and industries. The ultimate goal of all this is twofold. Number one, the Peacebridge Project meets 10 of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. You can check them out right here in the infographic, and can operate as a perennial force in global disc golf development, and also will exist as a permanent ally for each and every one of your brands, your foundations, and your programs. Number two, together we aggressively vault disc golf onto the international stage to become the world's most accessible community-oriented sport. A proud badge to wear, the sport that represents the sustainable futures of generations to come. The first boldly proposed plan will be to build a keystone course on neutral ground between two countries with a past history of violence or disrepute. This acts as an official United Nations neutral zone between the communities. Imagine a disc golf course on the border of the Dominican Republic and Haiti, two countries with a sensitive past to say the least. No passports needed, just a place to play as people, no worries of labels or status, as one. Just as soccer is the team sport of the world through the UN Sustainability Goals program, I want disc golf to be recognized as the community sport of the world. I already feel a deep connection to our pros' personalities, your values and your true selves. The way our sport is covered through vlogs and mini documentaries and interviews, it's something that quickly had me emotionally invested very early on in my watching. I feel like in less than 4 years I know some of you better than the athletes that I grew up admiring my whole life. My dad called me last year to see what I thought about the Super Bowl so far at halftime, and I responded by saying, "Oh, I forgot it was even on this week." I'm rewatching the Avocado Open for the 3rd time. It's such an amazing place. You have to see this. He just kind of sadly accepted that I was a disc golfer now, and this is where my heart was. He's now one of my biggest supporters in all of what Peacebridge does. On the day-to-day at Peacebridge, I advocate and educate our local communities to build courses in their areas. I also run and host the group event program called Disc Golf Days, where we put discs in the hands of new golfers every day and send them home with a membership to play in the Ontario Association. With the revenue from these services, I also support women's and youth groups, subsidizing tournament entries, putting on free clinics, donating prizes to women's clubs, and leading course revival projects, reconstruction, and redesign funding programs. But today, it's all about reaching out to you guys and see if we can take disc golf to the next level. the United Nations. Thank you, every single person in this sport, pouring their hearts and souls into growing the sport and taking a vested interest in the future of disc golf. I'm all in on the future of disc golf now, partly at least because of some of the very people who are already there, like yourselves. So thank you again for being unapologetically genuine, or at least trying to put your best foot forward when you show yourselves to us who watch at home and have these deep connections with the players of our sport. This is your call to action. Our foundations, UPlay, the Yulee Foundation, Double G, Children's, Ricky and Paul, anyone else that is doing work who have not yet discovered. Every player, professional, or an amateur with support or resources to contribute. Every single brand in the game, manufacturer, sanctioning body, association, creative designers, innovators, engineers, and journalists. This is my formal request for your unique contribution to gather sport-wide support to give the United Nations a programming proposal that they cannot refuse. I want to show them that because of the community we are together, and through our commitment to enriching the lives of others through our sport, we deserve to be the official sport of the Sustainable Development Movement, the symbol of peacekeeping, equality, and friendship through sport. This is the Peace Bridge mission. This is the unique contribution I can give to the disc golf world. This is a legacy-defining project beyond the PDGA itself. We are literally using disc golf as a tool for bridge building in disadvantaged communities between nations through a sustainable and accessible lens to show off our sport on the global stage and finally break through as a household name and one that means more than just fun and a sport. Disc golf will become known as a cultural tool to build a better future. So please help build the bridge with me. More traction, funding, support, and distribution to make the United Nations aware that we mean serious business with this proposal. I love this game and I will always be a part of it. And as my 10-year-old self pledged to the world in 1998, I will leave this world a better place than when I found it. So if this resonates with you, please, let's talk as soon as possible. Email peacebridge@discgolfdays.org about what you want to contribute. Even if you're a professional player and you just want to make a short video and say that you're supporting the Peace Bridge Foundation, we need every single bit of support we can give to the United Nations. I can't wait to meet all of you soon. You are my extended family, and I can't wait to dedicate the rest of my life to making our sport and our world a better place.